Welcome to JD Fantasy Football. This is David Lamson. I'm joined by the very smart and up-and-coming general manager, Jordan Cordova. What's going on, Jordan?
What's up, Dave? How's it going today?
Going good, man. I had a really great week. I think you had a pretty good week too this last weekend.
Yeah, very stressful up until Sunday night football. Yeah, it's very successful week when you can come out with the dub after the week. Your whole week changes.
Well, it
I'm
takes
not
the
in
stress off
Seattle
you
mode.
for sure.
Yeah, usually when I'm losing, especially when I start 0-2, and if I go 1-3, I'm usually throwing trades out left and right. I'm just like, who can I trade for? I threw out 2 trades this week, both got declined, but I did not throw out a bunch. I'm happy with the squad.
Well, I got to tell you, I have to give you your flowers because I wasn't so sure about a couple of things you did. First of all, Woody Marks, you like Woody Marks. He was on your bench, but you picked him up, and he looks like he's the go-to going forward. And then you traded Judkins for Jefferson, which on its face was a crazy trade.
Yeah.
But it's looking a little more like you got some value out of that.
I mean, you think about Judkins, dudes playing on a team offense that really does not exist. I mean, they're about to throw their rookie Gabriel in there, and we'll see how that works out. Throwing him to the Wolves, like you couldn't wait till you didn't play Minnesota's defense before you put him in. But nope, let's throw him in the fire. He's ready to go. So Judkins, even with all that, scoring touchdowns, still getting pretty good yards per carry. I mean, he's looking pretty dominant right now.
Yeah, I think Skip thought early that with the Jefferson explosion, he had won that trade, but Judkins quickly made it seem like it was a little more balanced, and Pickens
Yeah,
did fine too.
yeah. So it was a fun week, though. That trade, and then the difference between Chase Brown and Nico Collins didn't really show itself yesterday. I mean, I still had Travion Henderson, who scored more than Chase Brown did this week. So that also was a good part of that trade. But Nico Collins, he's going to be fine. He still got his targets. He still was being seen down the field. So they ran away with that game. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like they really needed to throw. And even without needing to throw, he still ended up with 6 targets, 4 catches, 79 yards. So I'm not worried about Nico Collins. I think there's plenty of good times to come. And they play Baltimore this week.
Yep. Well, yeah, Baltimore. Speaking of Baltimore, let's get to the injury report.
The injury report.
That song is way too long for an injury
We might
report.
need to shore that up. I mean, it's groovy. I can dig it. So, all right, let's go down the list. We had some big injuries happen this week. You have someone as talented, number one draft pick, might be a season breaker, having Malik Neighbors out with the torn ACL this year. If you saw it, my poor son, he has Malik Neighbors in one of our leagues, and he comes up after I saw the video of him screaming in pain. He's like, he's only doubtful. They're not making their decision until Monday. And I'm like, bro, listen, I like the optimism and I really appreciate it. I just want you to know what I'm seeing and what it looks like. That man tore his ACL. you know, he's not in the fetal position in pain because he sprained his ankle or something like that. So that's unfortunate to see Malik Neighbors go out. Tyreek Hill is also out, dislocated his knee. Now, when I say he dislocated his knee, I'm not saying he dislocated his knee cap. He dislocated his entire knee, which tore a bunch of ligaments, including his ACL, right? And yeah, that could be a year to 2 years, could be a career ending injury for him by the time he's able to fully recover and get back and going. So we'll kind of see. Great receiver. I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame at some point. But it was a nasty. It was so bad that he was in shock, clapping, like smiling on his way out of that stadium. I don't think he even realized how bad it was. Yeah, crazy thing to see. So
Yeah, maybe he'll be podcasting soon because it looks like
yeah,
he's out of the NFL.
he gets into TikTok a lot. I've seen him in
Yeah.
TikToks and stuff. So, you never know. Lamar Jackson, hamstring, came out of the game last week. Looking doubtful for this week. I don't think he's going to play for this week, and maybe for the next few weeks could be the thing. I mean, when you're Lamar Jackson, you're the franchise of that team, and your legs are really the reason that. I mean, great arm, but your legs are really the reason why you guys win so many games. So I think they're going to take their time, especially if you lose this next game and go 1-4. Looking real grim in the division you're in.
In Rush they trust, right?
Yeah. So Rush, I know. Hopefully, he can help keep some people relevant there. So, but Bucky Irving is also questionable. Seen in a walking boot. Probably not going to play this week, if I were to guess. It's unfortunate. I didn't even realize he was hurt, to be totally honest with you, which is the crazy thing about the whole. I mean, he was just all of a sudden. It was just all of a sudden. I know he went out. I think it was last possession, right? It was something like that. He played most of the game. So, but yeah, so probably doubtful for this week if I'm correct. I know he's questionable, but seen in a boot this late in the week, I don't think he'll play. So, CeeDee Lamb still out for probably the next few weeks, 2-3 weeks. So George Pickens owners, rise up. Our time has come.
Yeah, I've seen some Turpin action on the waiver wires. People looking at Turpin because of that.
Yeah, you could be. I see he still only got like 30-something yards last week. Even Tolbert. I mean, Pickens is the guy you want to have. I think the other ones could be like on your bye weeks could be a good decision. I'm going to talk more about the Cowboys in this show about how I feel about that. But
Ferguson should do just fine.
Ferguson's the number 2 in my eyes, the number 2 tight end in the league right now. He's getting plenty of targets and catches. Pickens and Ferguson would essentially, and Javonte Williams. If you got a piece of that, you are looking pretty good right now. So, question for you. Here's a question for you. This week, I'm sorry, I just kind of coming out of nowhere, but this week, Javonte Williams or Derrick Henry, who would you play?
Ooh, well, they know the ball is going to Derrick Henry. Who do they play? Who's Baltimore play?
Baltimore plays Houston.
Houston, decent defense. Who do the Cowboys play? Is it the
Jets.
Giants? Who? Jets.
The Jets.
Ooh. I don't know. Without Lamar taking away rushing touchdowns, it's Derrick Henry could go off.
He could, but if you're the other team and Cooper Rush is your quarterback, I'm stacking 8 in the box and just see what can you do, right? Like, show me you're gonna beat me any other way.
Yeah, and Houston's got a decent defense. So yeah, man, that's a tough one. But I got to go Javonte this week because I'm going to feature Javonte in today's show. So I have to say it. I'm a
Javonte guy. I think Javonte's turned out to be good, but we'll go over that later. Trey Benson, out of nowhere, also one of those last series of the game, and so Amari Demercado got into this game, and you just thought he was doing good because he was playing pretty decent. So you didn't know. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize Trey Benson was hurt, and all of a sudden today you find out he's on the IR. He's out for 4 weeks. So they do expect him to be back this season. So don't go out and panic and drop Trey Benson. He's going to be the guy when he comes back, I still believe. But he's out for the next 4 weeks. And then every important piece of the San Francisco 49ers outside of Christian McCaffrey is out this week. Ricky Pearsall's out. Brock Purdy is also out. George Kittle's on the IR. I think Jawan Jennings is out.
Yeah,
not questionable. Like, their whole team is out. So great news for Christian McCaffrey, people, because I thought they're going to continue to just ride that pony until until it's beaten down. But he is, but yeah, every single San Francisco 49er player is injured this week.
Crazy. Again, they were this way last year, and they're doing it again. I don't see them running this team back next year.
No, no, I don't. So, and that's, most of the important ones. I'm sorry if I missed anybody's pick, but that is the injury report for today. It was a big one. There was a
The
lot of
injury
IRs.
report, man, big ones for fantasy, big ones for, 4 weeks ago, people, 6 weeks ago, people are drafting these guys high, and here we are, barely into the season, and they're without their guy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And that's been kind of a narrative this season. There have been a lot of injuries in general. People have different opinions about it, but that's just a fact. There's just been a lot of injuries. All right, man. Let's go with the boom for this weekend. Who is your boom this weekend, Jordan?
My boom this weekend is going to be the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the winner of my week last week, Mr. George Pickens.
Okay.
The Cowboys this year are last year's Cincy team. They can score a lot of points and they will give up a lot of points. They're giving up around 33 points per game on average right now. Second only to that injury-ridden Ravens team, right? And I think it's by 0.3. I think Ravens are allowing 33.3 points, and the Cowboys are averaging about 33. But they're top 5 in scoring. They have a lot of opportunities to score. I mean, if you think last year, terrible Cincinnati defense, wonderful offense. You wanted every piece of what that is. And so I think for the rest of the year, George Pickens is going to be really good, not just for this week, but I do think he's going to be a boom this week. He's going to have a lot of opportunities. I think New York Jets are going to score a lot of points. The Cowboys are going to score a lot of points. And it could come into a tie, or maybe we go into, I mean, they've had 2 games this year in overtime. Both games having over 40 points for the Cowboys. So they're just going to have so much opportunity for George Pickens. And last week, his coming out party, getting that connection with Dak Prescott. I think even when CeeDee Lamb comes back, I think if you think about T. Higgins last year on that offense, that's more of where George Pickens is going to play. He had 73 receptions, 911 yards, and 10 touchdowns.
Wow.
So even if that's how it happens when CeeDee Lamb is here, I just think the defense is so bad and the offense is so good that it's that perfect mixture of, wanting to have a piece of one of these guys, and Jake Ferguson as well, right? You think you're a guy who has been enjoying Jake Ferguson, but George Pickens is my boom this week.
Okay. Well, my boom, he is the league leader in QBR. Daniel Jones and his Lloyd Christmas vibes, man.
Yeah.
So he was a dropped TD from total domination last week. Just look now, his free Giants hostage. He's going to shred the Vegas secretary with efficiency and deep balls. That's what he does. Expect him to throw the ball 35 times, rack up 300 yards. He is a must start this weekend. I absolutely think he's going to lead quarterbacks in points this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great pick there. I'm going to go ahead and give you my bust for this week.
Let's go.
Because last conversation I had about my boom, it was about how T. Higgins' role on the Cincinnati Bengals last year was great.
Right.
I'm going to speak about how T. Higgins this week is my bust.
Oh, boy.
Jake Browning does not look good on that offense. They have only scored 13 points in the last 2 weeks since he took over. They'll probably focus on Jamar Chase when he does throw, because you want to make your star happy there. And it seems like he has a better connection with here. They also they played Minnesota and Denver. So really good defenses. So I'm keeping that in mind. But this Detroit defense he plays this week just sacked Lamar Jackson 7 times last week.
Right.
He is not going to have any time to get the ball down the field, to find his open receivers. I don't think this is going to be a good game for him. And I also don't think it's going to be a good game for T. Higgins.
I agree. A lot of bad body language on that sideline for not only Jamar Chase in the coach's face, but also just they showed Browning on the sideline just staring like he didn't even know where he was at. It's just bad body language right now for the Bengals. My bust of the week is Jordan Mason. I know you don't want to hear it, but the Browns give up the second fewest rushing yards per game, and Pittsburgh held him to 10 points on 16 carries last week. I expect him to come in below that weekend. This weekend, 8.4 points is what I call. 14 carries and 2 dismal receptions for the record. And I feel bad. It's just I wish the Minnesota offense was doing more. Unfortunately, it's the Minnesota defense that's been the darling for that team. They've been scoring a lot of points, giving them short fields, things like that. Jordan Mason is not going to do well against the Browns defense this weekend.
I can understand that. It's actually my predicament for the week.
Yeah, give me a rebuttal. Give me
Mason, or do I go with Woody Marks? I can't rebuttal it. Now, I also think that Jordan Mason did get. I think he can roll into the end zone. That changes his week. He gets a 15. He could get a 15-point week. He did get 3 receptions last week. Obviously Xavier Scott's there and he's doing a bunch, but 16 touches, it's hard to do. But I can't disagree with the fact that the Browns. I picked up the Browns defense this week. So
okay,
how can I disagree with your comment when I'm playing the Browns defense? So I'm trying to decide whether to play Woody Marks. I also don't want to get super hyped on Woody Marks after one really good week. I know he did look like he was taking it over, but game script wise,
ETN is done.
Running a ton.
ETN is done, man.
Yeah, I just think. Yeah, I have a hard time trusting. I want to see it one more week before I trust it. I know Jordan Mason's going to get 16 touches, regardless if it's against a great defense or not. Jordan Mason will get touches and could roll into that end zone. I just need to see Woody. He was 57% snaps last week, so he did dominate in that aspect, but still 57. Who knows? It's 30-0, right? They are just destroying this team. So
right.
I'd really like to see, although he looked great, and I think he does bring a good spark, I don't think Nick Chubb fully gets out of it yet, and I think Jordan Mason does have control of the backfield on this team.
Okay, I like it.
So yeah, that's my decision for the week. But sleeper,
who's your sleeper? Yeah, give me your sleeper, man.
I don't know how much of a sleeper. We just figured this out. I talked about him previously in the injury report. But Trey Benson going out. My sleeper for this week is Emari Demercado. I am so pissed that I decided to go number 1 on something else this week on the waiver wire. I had him as my number 2 guy, and I wanted to move him up, but I was just like, no, I'm going to try to get this first. So, but he'll probably play as the primary back on this team against the Titans, who are giving up about 4.8 yards per carry. He's a good receiving back. I thought at the last possession of that last game when Trey Benson was hurt, I thought he looked amazing. It looked really good. I thought he brought a lot of spark to that offense that was really needed at the time. So, and the Cardinals they're not a bad run blocking defense, as bad as Trey Benson and them have shown, and James Conner when he was there has kind of shown. They're still pretty good. I think they're doing 71%. They're still mid-pack and run block percentage right now. So, also playing this Titans team, they could be playing ahead all game. That Titans offense looks awful, and Arizona's defense is actually a really good defense this year. So, they could just be running the ball. It could be in the game script, and I'd imagine he would get a lot of that carry.
Yeah, I'm going to just piggyback off of your sleeper, and I'm sick about it. But my sleeper is Alec Ayomanor, okay? He is a lone bright light in a dim, musty Texas chainsaw basement that the Tennessee Titans find themselves in.
Yes.
It is so bad that it's nothing good is coming out of there except for this guy. He's projected for 10 points this week, and I'm hoping for more because it is a lopsided matchup with the Cardinals where Cam Ward will be forced to air it out. He's just going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And I say that I narrowly pull out a victory this week because I put in Alec Ayomanor this week. That's my call. I'm doubling down. He's in my lineup. He's my sleeper.
Yeah, rough time having to play Justice Hill and yeah, I mean, oof. Yeah, that's buys are killing you this week for sure. So
Yeah, Drake London on bye.
DJ Moore on
Yeah,
by,
DJ Moore's on bye, and Bucky
Bucky
Irving's in a
Irving
boot.
hurt,
Disrespect.
Tyron Chasey hurt.
I'm sitting on Tyrone Tracy. I've almost just got him off my bench twice, but my guess is that he's going to play a role late in the season for the Giants. So I am going to hold on to him.
Yeah, I mean, he was getting first week, he got 10 touches, second week, 5 touches, or 9 total touches if you count 4 receptions, 7 before he got injured. So, I mean, he was dominating that back. Now, Cam Scatterbo looks good, and I'm sure they love him and everything like that. But I think Tyrone Chasey definitely is going to have, still have a role on this offense when he.
I'm sick about it, but I had both those guys on my lineup, and I dumped Scatterbo, and I kept Tracy, and I'm sick about it. So Skip
And
picked up
Tracy got
Scatterbo.
hurt instead of Scatterbo.
Sick about it.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Yeah. Didn't read the tea leaves correctly. Well, let's go through
Talking to
the
guy with Calvin Ridley on his bench. So I feel you. I think I had an opportunity to get Cortland Sutton.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Listen,
makes you sick.
preseason Calvin, we talked about Calvin Ridley. We had some good feelings about him early.
Yeah, man. I thought Cam Ward was going to be better than the dog shit he is. Sorry, excuse my language. That one, and then I think back, I'm like, I really was heavy on Christian McCaffrey all season long. And there was a chance I could have gotten Christian McCaffrey and Bucky Irving in the first 2 rounds, and I would be in absolute heaven right now.
You would. Well, until this week when he's in a boot.
Yeah, and the boot hurts. But it's not the first time I picked up a Tampa Bay guy and he ended up in a boot. I had Chris Godwin last year, so.
They play hard, man. They play hard. Let's go through the matchups this week in our league and just highlight a player. I'm gonna start out. With my team. Oh, you know what, man? I messed up.
What's up?
Alec Ayomanar is not my sleeper. He was the guy I was highlighting on my team.
Oh,
that's hilarious. I was reading the wrong thing.
Who's your sleeper then?
He is 1 in a million. Wan'Dale Robinson. The New York Football Giants travel to the Crescent City to rumble with the shaky defense of the Saints, who allow the 14th most receiving yards in the league. So with Neighbors out, the opportunity will be there for Robinson, who has already popped for 30 points once this season. That's my sleeper.
Love that. That's a great sleeper.
Anyway, so yeah, there you go. I'm done. Alec Ayomanar. That is the guy that's on my lineup that I hope pops this year.
Love it.
For another Bears, sleeper, though, right? I mean, he qualifies as a sleeper.
He does. Absolutely. Omarion Hampton for the Bears looks like he could be a good running back for them with Najee Harris out. Now, last game, I don't know. It's not going to be consistent. He averages like 3.8 yards per carry. Last game, he was averaging 10.7. So that's not going to be a thing. That's always, but he's been getting plenty of volume in the receiving. He's got 6 2 weeks ago. He got 5 last week. So he's definitely getting the receptions now, and he's the full guy. So I think he's poised for a big year. But overall, for the Bears, having the league Neighbors, having the rough weeks or the rough times that you've already had your own for, his season might be. I'm not saying it's done. There's a possibility. I always believe, but it's going to be an uphill battle for him to make the playoffs from here on out. And it's got to be starting this week. And in my opinion, I don't think Chase Brown can get 14.4 points as much as they projected all the time. I think that you can kind of get out of this. I think you'll get out of this week with a win.
Yeah, he's got an interesting. Does he have a backup tight end that he could? He's got RJ Harvey. He could slip in there. He did okay.
Yeah, but he also you're playing Zach Charbonnet, who's been insufficient or inefficient all year, and
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker's obviously looked like the better running back on that team.
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster with Xavier Worthy bag. It's just
I'm getting him, man.
yeah, could be a rough
I'm
week for
getting
him,
him.
which is nice for you when Drake London, DJ Moore, and Bucky Irving's in a boot. So I think you
Let
still get the win.
let me feature the next matchup. It's your wife Alexis versus the Josh Foote. So look, Christian McCaffrey's floor appears to be 17 carries, 6 receptions, and 22 fantasy points and bad commercials. Like that's his worst day. His ceiling is Sistine Chapel in the Hall of Fame. Like he's living up to his potential this season. So what does that mean? That just means you don't draft him next season. But the reigning champ, that's Alexis. She's going to have to hit the waiver wire to survive this bye week. I do have her losing this week to the Slender Man.
Yeah, I can see that. I have Slenderman. He has no Jerry Judy this week.
Yeah.
I think no Bijan Robinson this week. He has no DK Metcalf this week. He's playing Jacoby Myers, who has been all right. Trey Tucker, both playing Indianapolis Colts, who is a really good team, or a really good defense. Jerry Judy is also, we talked about Gabriel kind of being the one that's taken over that as quarterback, but you're playing against Minnesota. I think he's going to have to take some time to get ready. Jerry Judy's probably one of the most inefficient receivers out there right now when it comes to catching the ball and everything. And it's not his fault completely. Targets probably aren't there accurately. I think after she puts in Tua and Ramondre Stevenson on her team this week, I think that I'm taking Lex for the win.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, she's got to put in Tua, though, right?
Yeah, she'll put in Tua. She's already. I mean, she didn't get 3 quarterbacks on the time that it mocked for her because Otto picked for her because she was getting ready for a wedding.
Yeah.
Otto filled 3 quarterbacks total with Joe Burrow. So she'll put 2 in. I think it's gonna be a close one, but I think she pulls the victory out.
So let's move to Taylor versus Country Road. Take Mahomes. Give me your take on Mahomes.
Mahomes. So you have Josh Allen, who looks amazing. I don't think that Derrick Henry's going to be doing well, but Chuba Hubbard gets a blessing. He's had 2 bad weeks. This week he gets Miami, which is if you don't want Dallas or the Ravens, you probably want Miami so that you can score a lot of points. So I think that's going to be, I think Chuba Hubbard's going to have a pretty good week this week. So me personally, I am taking Taylor on this.
Yeah. Mom? You FaceTiming somebody? Oh, I lost your sound, man. Oh.
No, someone was trying to call me on Discord, and I just couldn't find it with all my windows.
I see.
It's pretty wild. Anyways, I'm sorry you had to hear that.
No, you're good, man.
Little breakdown.
Well, you're gonna like what I've got to say because Javonte Williams, he has declined to acquiesce to the preseason evaluation that he was washed. The Jets are 25th in rushing defense. Dallas is going to feed him the rock. I see 22 rushes, 100+ yards, and a touchdown for the man who was known as Pookie at his high school in North Carolina. Taylor still loses this week, even with Javonte. I've got Ryan beating him, but Javonte, what a surprise, a wonderful surprise for Taylor. What did he pick Javonte at? I didn't see. Was he his third pick?
It was later. No, it was like 5th or 6th, I think.
What a gift.
9th.
What a gift to pick a 9th pick. He's top running back in the league. What, top 5?
Yeah, I mean, and scoring alone, he's top 7 right now.
Yeah.
But he's averaging 19.2 points a game. Javonte Williams is a beast, and I want it to be known. Look back at the records. I called that he would be really good. Another year out of injury, everything like that. So I did
You
it
had a
all.
lot of faith in him, just not enough to pick him.
No, I was flustered at the time. I think that was around Keenan Allen's time. Lex took him.
Calvin Ridley.
Just kind of everything, all my confidence shot down. But yeah, no, so we're on the opposite sides on this one.
Yeah, let's go with you tell me about Cam and I'll tell you about Daniel. Let's go through that matchup.
Yeah, Cam's team is really good. I think he drafted really well. Saquon Barkley, James Cook just being an absolute beast, the second ranked running back in the league. So even though Saquon Barkley's not playing to the standard that we typically know Saquon Barkley can play, he's still top 13, top 2 for I mean, he's literally got top 10s in almost every position. Outside of having to play Stephon Diggs this week because Roma Dunze's on the bye and Mike Evans is still out. So, I think Cameron has one of the top 3-4 teams in the league right now. I'm taking him to win this week.
Yeah, I've got
Daniel.
Yeah, I've got Cam to win. And listen, I said this in the chat when we were drafting. At the very end of the draft, I was like, gosh, Daniel has picked every 49ers player he can get his hands on. And now he's suffering from the syndrome that's going on in the Bay Area. He's got Kittle on IR. He's got Purdy out. He's got Pearsall's hurt. And now here he's stuck with having to start with the tight end. This is doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the 49ers. Jake Tonjes, the touchdown-dependent 49er wideout tight end. He's going to let Daniel down this week against the bone-crushing top 10 Chris Shula Rams defense. I think he loses scoring 82 points. This is going to be a pathetic showing for Finkel Einhorn.
Oh,
brutal.
Fired. Boo, 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 boo.
I mean, come on, argue against it, man. He doubled down on the Niners, and even Bosa's out.
Ricky Pearsall, Joe Mixon is someone he drafted on his IR still. Aaron Jones is on IR. You picked an injury-ridden team. Like Aaron Jones, I called it once again. I called it in the preseason. Aaron Jones will get hurt. That's just a fact.
That's why the Packers moved on from him. It wasn't because we didn't like him. It's because he couldn't last the whole season. And we have a run-centric offense, and Josh Jacobs has been a revelation. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Listen, they need to replace the field in San Francisco. Like they need to fix the water in the stadium, something on the practice field. Like they are just getting torn up.
Yeah,
down in San Francisco.
I heard a lot of these injuries IRs are happening on turf.
So I guess that's why the Bills are putting in a grass field on their indoor. Well, do they move in next year or the year after, the Bills?
I think it's next year. I'm pretty
sure it is. Well, you tell me about. So you've got a matchup with Skip this week. Tell me about Skip's team. What are you looking at?
What is there not to look at for Skip's team? Dominant running backs for the most part. Pretty good really good receivers. I mean, 2 first-round picks as receivers. My bad, mind you, my bad. I understand. But for Skip, I just think he's going to have, I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is Mr. Reliable. Jonathan Taylor is going to have a get-back game. It's going to be a big week for Skip. But I have faith. I'm taking me just because it's me. I know it seems like a far-fetched, but because of how stacked his team is, but I think I can take him down. And it would be ironic on the Justin Jefferson getting rid of both of my number 1 and number 2. And Skip, to me, right now is top 2 team in the league. So if I can take him down with the team that I have Frankenstein together to make, I would be over the moon.
I've got some concerns for your team, but what I'm not worried about is Quinshon Judkins. You gave up Justin Jefferson and he came through on his first opportunity. He's playing a Christian McCaffrey-esque performance. 21 carries, 4 receptions, number 1 back on a run-heavy team. You've got to love what you're seeing out of him. Let's see here. Andrew on the live chat here. Sup, fellas? Do you think is the RB1 in Arizona, Carter or Demercado?
It's going to be Demercado. I think I talked about it a little bit earlier. I think Demercado's when Trey Benson went out, he was the guy. I know he's a third round running back or like a third down running back, but I think he's going to have plenty. And last year when he was hurt, I mean, he did split a little time, but he was pretty much the primary one. So I would see him being the primary one moving forward. I think Michael Carter will still get some play, but I think it will be majority Amari.
Yeah, I think Demercado, if he had not looked as good as he did last week, maybe there'd be some more splitting, but he looked really good when he came in. Jordan already talked about it. He brought some pop when he came into the game. So, yeah, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that comment. Any other questions? We can talk about the last matchup. We've got the Caleb Thunderbolts, who just beat the tar out of me one week, and now he's got no Lamar Jackson. He's hurting up against Killa Cam, who I gave a loss to for no reason. Killa Cam has a wonderful lineup. He's going to score points every week. What do you got to say about Caleb's team? Give him some hope.
I think I definitely think Caleb's team, J.K. Dobbins is a fun player. I think he's playing pretty well this year. He's still definitely split in time. I love Deebo Samuels. I think I've been trying to trade him for Deebo Samuels every week this year. So love it. So yeah, I think he has he's going to have a rough time with injuries right now. Ladd McConkey didn't work out as they thought. So Jamar Chase isn't working out as thought. So I thought he had a really good team at the beginning of the year. Sometimes the draft just rolls that way, and hopefully he can get it the second season. I definitely have Killa Cam winning this hands down, though.
Absolutely.
Dart or Darnold? I take Dart. I just think he has better running capabilities. And if you have a choice between a starter that can run and you're kind of in the middle with Dart or Darnold, I think personally, Dart has a higher ceiling.
Yeah, I agree, and I think he's got a lot of confidence coming off that win. Sad about Lamar, man. That was a tough deal. I like Lamar, just as an NFL player. I just love what he does and how he does it, and I'm really sad to see him out. But yeah, Darnold just doesn't look the same in Seattle, so hate to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Killa Cam, I wanted to talk about. I don't know. I like to hate on somebody every once in a while, and I hate to do it here, but I'm going to do it. So this guy's averaging 28 points per game. He's got Lord Farquaad looking hair. It's Puka Nacua, and he scared me to death last week. Seriously, have you seen it? His hair?
Oh yeah.
Lord Farquaad. If Killa Cam T wins the league, it's going to be because of this terrible BYU Cougar person. San Francisco's 6th ranked passing defense. It's just not going to be enough to stop him. And Killa Cam beats Caleb this week, who is sadly again without Lamar.
Yeah, it's gonna be disgusting. Outside of last, when they played Philadelphia, he had 15 targets for 11 receptions, so missed 4. He's had 11 targets, 10 catches, 9 targets, 8 catches, 15 targets, 13 catches. Guy's just automatic. Call him the sticky paper. Dude hits his, if he goes anywhere in his facility, that dude is catching that ball.
Yeah, it's not fun playing against him because I'm sweating bullets.
15 target weeks is wild.
Yeah, and he had the quarterback, and he dumped the quarterback this week. Did you see that?
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he dumped Stafford after he almost beat me with him.
Dak Prescott's the Joe Burrow of last year, bud.
Right. I get it, but Wonder what he got back for it. I don't even know, but he's stacked.
I think he picked up Michael Carter.
I guess that's a good pick.
Yes, CJ Stroud. I think I'd keep Matthew Stafford and drop CJ Stroud though.
I don't know. I think Stafford less likely to be healthy the rest of the season. I don't know. I say that Stroud could get hurt too. He's got a history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it, man. We ran through the league. We did boom, bust, sleeper. We answered some questions. What more do you want?
What else can you ask of us?
What are you not entertained? Anyway,
We kept it to 40 minutes this time, guys. You gotta realize we're getting this down. Bing, bing, bing.
tight. Next week, hopefully debuting a new theme song to start.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it.
It's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little, hopefully, less guitar-y.
Okay.
And more NFL soundy.
Love that.
Played it on my harp myself.
Really?
I'm just kidding. Well, I do wish you luck, man. I don't need Skip winning any more games this week. Are you going to be on the text chain this week against Skip?
I don't know. Only if Justin Jefferson gets 10 points.
Listen, you two, I need you to keep it together this weekend because Skip was quick to talk heat this weekend. And I just, as soon as I saw that Justin Jefferson text, I was like, oh no, here it starts.
I literally woke up. Like, here's the thing is like, my team wasn't looking amazing at that point, but like, I didn't hear anything in the afternoon. All right. After that morning of those morning games went through, I didn't hear anything in the afternoon when Quishon Judkins put 21.5 points down. All right.
Yeah.
So we got it. We're gonna be good. I think it sucks that trade, but you know, I would love nothing more than Judkins to get 25 points this week and Justin Jefferson to get 10 or 11 and come out of this week with a dub.
You'd hear nothing. Listen, it's both of our faults. You gave him Jefferson and I gave him Scatterboo. So what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? What can you do? You know?
We created this monster.
Yeah, and he's got Amari Democrado. I gave that to him this week by not going for him. I knew to go for him. I think I went for like Malik Washington. Like,
yeah.
That's going to be a great pick for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being out.
Who did I pick up this week? Hold on. Hold on.
As much smack as I was talking, I picked up Dylan Gabriel this week.
I picked up when did I get Bateman? Was it this last week? Or was it the week before? Disgusting. Not good.
Last week he did pretty good though, didn't he? No.
Nope. He's going to suffer from this Lamar injury too. It's not good.
Oh yeah. Yes, or maybe he doesn't. Who knows? CeeDee Lamb was still a top like 10 receiver with Cooper Rush throwing the ball. All you got to do is become his number one.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining us as usual. We're going to leave you with the last time we play the intro. This has been JD Fantasy Football.